All right, every day on this show, we do a segment. It's called The Big Eye. It's all about big new ideas and innovations. I want you to check this out. Google has developed new software that allows you to search using your camera instead of your keyboard. It's called Google Googles. And here to tell us about it is Google's senior software engineer, Mike LeBeau. He joins us now from our New York studio. So, Mike, how does this work?
So basically, there's a couple different features we're working on here. There's a lot of artificial intelligence work going on at Google. So Google Goggles, which you mentioned, is one of the features that we have, which allows you to take pictures of the world around you and actually identify. Google will try to identify what the things are, what objects you see in the images, and then to give you more information about that. Let you do a search, basically a Google search based on that information. So it works for lots of different things. You can imagine. Book covers, wine bottles, landmarks, things like that, barcodes. It's pretty impressive.
Okay, so come over here. Let's talk about this. I'm going to do it. All you have to do is you can use a camera, right? You can use your cell phone camera, correct? And you just go to the Google app on your phone, right? I just went to the Google app on my phone, and I put in search. Here you go. Put it right there. You go to the Google app, you put in search, and then you hit the camera button. And so then anything you can take, let's do, and you said it will translate, right? Or let's do this first before I do the translation. Let's try this box and see what happens. Sorry, move my left hand, they're telling me. So I clicked it, it's doing the Kleenex box, and then you hit this, and it says Kleenex logo. Look, it comes up. I don't know if you can see it. And then
I have some exampos here if you want to see any of it.
Let's see what you have there.
Okay, so I mentioned all the kind of cool things you can, the sort of obvious ones that you would expect to be able to do, logos and things like that. I have with me a Sudoku puzzle. I can't see actually if you can see what I can see, so I'm hoping that you can see what I'm holding up here.
Yeah, we can see the puzzle. We don't see the letters, strongly, but we can see it. Go ahead.
Okay, sure. So here I have an Android phone. This is the Google Nexus S. It's one of many Android phones that can run Google Goggles. If I take a picture of this Sudoku puzzle, it's sort of a more fun example of something we do. Let me just take a picture here. There we go. Now, if you can see this on the little side screen here, I've got the camera here. It notices that's a Sudoku puzzle. I can click right there on the link, and it'll go straight in, and it recognizes the puzzle itself. I can click Solve here. It actually goes in and solves the whole puzzle for you. I hope you can see that.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So pretty cool. It's another one of those additional features. And all this is happening sort of impressively through Google's cloud technology, right? So this is not all happening on the phone itself. It's happening sort of through servers on the internet that Google powers, where we send all the information. So we can do a lot more than what the actual phone is capable of.
And I'm glad you said Google Goggles, because I said Google Googles, but that would be pretty interesting as well. Hey, come back over here. I want to show this. I think it translates foreign languages here. So I'm going to do this, Mike, and then we're going to see what happens. So someone gave me this.
Cool.
Take a picture of it. So if I'm in a foreign country or something, let's move my hand here, and then it'll say
it's really
text. Great. And all you do is hit this button
in a
right
restaurant
here.
with a menu or something.
You hit translate, and it'll do it. And this says turn left flank. So there you go. Will it do any language?
It won't do every language right now, but it recognizes anything with a Latin script right now. So we're working on lots more, obviously. But it's connected to Google's Translate, which is a different service that we have that will do any language if you either speak or type your voice input, or your text input, right? So we find that to be really useful for people, especially when they're on the go. Sometimes you want to take a picture for that sort of thing. Sometimes you want to be able to, just speak it. Sometimes you want to be able to type whatever you see in. But no matter what it is, we sort of try to support it on our mobile devices.
I want to get this in real quick, because there has to be quite a bit of power behind something like this. How are you able to make this work on something as small as my iPhone or cell phone or the Droid, as you said?
Yeah, absolutely. It's this is sort of the interesting thing about where AI is going right now. Is it's not just the power of AI in some big big supercomputer in a data center somewhere. We can actually take all that, and because all these phones are internet connected, we can actually connect them straight to those data centers, send the basic requirements up to the server, let the server do all the processing power, and return the result to the phone. So suddenly you have a lot more that's possible on your phone than just whatever the phone itself can do, if that makes any sense. So it's basically the power of cloud computing. When you hear that term, that's what people are talking about.
Okay, I would be remiss if I let you go without this. What's the next big trend in software that you see coming up?
Next big trend I would say is probably, for me, the thing I'm interested in most, and I think is really going to become a big deal, is voice technology. So that's another thing that these mobile phones are really good at with sort of artificial intelligence and cloud computing technology. It's possible to speak into your phone and get lots of actions done automatically these days. So some of the features that we have are Google's voice search, voice actions, which allow you to speak things like text messages and emails automatically. We think it saves a lot of time when you're on the go, and similarly to what you saw with Google Goggles, allows you to do a lot of sort of new functionality on your phone and things where you otherwise would be having to fiddle with the phone, do a whole bunch of things, typing and all that. You can just sort of skip all that and just do it all by voice. So that's becoming a huge thing for us, and we're seeing that in the adoption rates we've been getting on that stuff.
Hey, listen, we have to run. You can give me a yes or no answer. I have become Scrabble. I love to play Scrabble now on my iPad. Can it do the same thing it did with the Sudoku thing with Scrabble?
Not yet, but that's a good idea.
You got to get it.
That's a very good idea. I'll send that one back.
Right. Mike LeBeau, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.